But now that this has gained mainstream and there's every next guy has a sticker on their motorcycle with that riding group, that has nothing to do about safety. They don't know how trail braking is, how to use brakes. Maybe even the admins are using LED flashers and calling themselves riders. So I think there are a lot of things that needs to change. But again, if you are having that much of audience, it's your responsibility to take it in a good way. Hello and welcome back to today's podcast. And today we have a lot of guests with us today. And the topic we are covering today is riding groups in Kolkata, the good and the bad. So we are going to expose a lot of incidents that has happened in past, and also we will talk about what an ideal riding group should be like. Before we start the video, let's give a very short introduction of all the speakers that are present today. So let's start with the first speaker of the day.
Hello guys. Hi. First of all, I need to thank you MotoZoh, and I have been fortunate enough to see the face behind this mask. None of you guys are. So my name is Shubhanjan, aka Bong Wanderer. I am not basically from Kolkata, being a Bong from Jamshedpur. I started riding back like it feels like in dinosaur era. So been long and been a tourer basically. In like 2017 I started to tour. So I've completed most of South India and back to my base, back to my home. And yeah, that's it.
Hi guys, this is Swaroop, and thanks to MotoZoh who has brought me over here. And as he said, I am also one of the fortunate person who has seen his face. And yeah, I am just another rider, and I do not belong to any group. Like, I do not own any group or so. It's just that I've been to many other groups as well. I've been a member to many other groups. And yeah, that's all. And I have a small channel called Benevolent Motoride. We'll talk about that later on.
Hi guys, this is Neil, aka Kaizen Motoride. You can find me over Instagram, and also co-founder of BBG Motoride and member of ADV Bengal. A big thanks to MotoZoh for featuring me today. It's been long due to meet him, and let's start. Yeah.
If you guys are aware that we have different kinds of riders here. Somebody who's into off-roading, somebody who's a hardcore tourer, like who does very long tours, and somebody who's not into any riding group, but he has covered like a lot number of tours. So we have three different perspectives of motorcycle riding. And that's how we will discuss the reality of riding groups in Kolkata. So let's get back to the history of riding groups. I think 10 years back, there were not many riding groups in India. There were very selective riding groups, and people were not into, those who were into touring, they were not getting a very good amount of groups at least in their city. So do you think after COVID, especially after COVID, and especially after the emergence of, YouTube social media, promotion of very long rides and solo rides, there has been a very immense growth of especially riding groups. At least, let's talk about Kolkata. There has been a very number of new groups emerging every day. I'd like to share something about this, the purpose that should be, what the riding group should be about, and also share your insight of the riding group that you represent.
Thank you. So I come from Jamshedpur. It's a small town on the eastern part of India. So basically a small town, but still there are so many riding groups. Talking about riding group, I belong to a group called Riding Falcons, and it's been a co-founder, or you can say like the initial members of that group. And we go for rides mostly, I would say for Sunday rides, Sunday breakfast rides. Apart from that, we have some core group people. And basically the group is of around 16-20 members, but most of the people are not active these days, I would say. So this is one of the cons of having a group. I ride solo as well, but that's another scene. You might have seen the previous podcast of MotoZoh, where the solo riding and a group riding, how it helps. So coming back to this, the topic of having a groups in Kolkata, it's not only about Kolkata. I would talk about whole India because I don't belong to this place particularly. And what I have seen through in my past, in my riding career, all these years, that a lot of groups have emerged after COVID. That's correct. It's just because and because only of social media, what people are getting, uh, monetization. Yes, correct. YouTube monetization. So people mostly, I would say, like 70% of them not a hardcore rider, but because of the flamboyant nature of what people show, that I own a super bike or changing of super bikes. So
Rather, I would
that
say
is
they
the
are not
first.
passionate enough
Yeah.
about their what.
Please add.
Rather, I'd say they are not passionate enough because of this YouTube monetization, and like they are more into this.
Yes. I think what he meant to said is that people think that okay, let's get a super bike. We have a GoPro,
Either,
and
whether it is superbike or
correct.
your tourer, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Be it a superbike or a tourer. We have seen a notable amount of YouTubers like who are doing trans India tour,
Correct.
trans India tour from one point to another. But nowadays, what people are doing is like they are thinking like, let's get a bike, okay, and we will get let's get a bike, let's get a camera, let's get everything, and we will do it, okay. Rather than experiencing themselves, enjoying the journey, they are now what they are doing is they are recording the everything.
Yes. What he's saying is that they are more interested in showing off the journey, not enjoying the journey. So it has become more like a job,
Yeah,
like
digital fame,
going
you can
from
say.
editing the video and just uploading it for the audience, and there's hardly anything that we get to learn from them. I mean, obviously there are very quality channels out there who are actually showing the real, true colors and true places to explore in India. But again, there will be few riders who will just do it for maybe like first booza in this city, first booza in maybe 10,000 feet, this and that. So all those nonsense.
It's all about what I think. It's all about the clickbait and the nature of social media and attraction. The more you attract people, the way you attract people is what is most significant nowadays. It's not, as MotoZoh says, that it's all about quality, right? We there are very few selective people, selective riders who always think about quality and not quantity, right? As we always speak about. And there are other people, there is always the other side of the story. There's always the other side, and we have been always been trying to get over all these and try to maintain the perspective of actual biker, and people have forgotten that actually. So yeah, that's it. That's all about it.
If you are talking about actual rider, I feel like if you are riding a bike, be it whatever terrain, be it tarmac, be it off-road, okay, you are relieving your soul. Actually, what you are doing is you are feeling relieved, okay. But nowadays, like I want to add again, nowadays what people are doing is like, भाई फेम चाहिए, भाई अब तो क्विक फेम चाहिए, भाई पीपल विल गेट टू नो, भाई आई विल गेट दिस brand endorsements and all. People are more into it in this industry because of these reasons. Actually, it's a hobby. If I say it's a hobby, right? After work, whatever we are doing, we are riding our bike. It's our hobby. But
It's a very
now,
passionate
yeah,
hobby.
passionate. I'm not talking about people who are doing good work to the community like you. Okay, like you and many others are there who are doing good work to the community. Okay, guiding others on like
Yeah.
whatever it is, be it trail baking or be it any other kind of guidance, whatever it is. But yeah, that's the harsh reality. Like people are into like fame and all.
So the next part of it is the dynamics of riding groups. Maybe people from Kolkata, they are aware that how badly politics has infiltrated in this riding group and riding community. So I'm pretty sure there might be some reasons that Swaroop Bhai has not joined, or he's not dedicated member of any riding groups in Kolkata, and there will be a lot of incidents. But let's not name any of the riding groups. We will not defame them, but we will share some stories or maybe some incidents that the reason why I am not in any riding group right now, or maybe he's also not in any riding group. And yes, from a different city, he can also share his insight that what he's trying to do to keep his riding group safe from all these things, all these like politics or whatever. And not just that, there is also corruption happening in Kolkata. Like I think if I keep on talking,
It's a
and
big
it
word.
will be a very like 2-3 hour. Exactly, it will be a very vast topic, but we will keep it very short so that you get an idea of what things you should keep in mind before you join a riding group, and make sure that those things are the vibe is matching. There's so many things, so many factors. So Swaroop bhai, why have you not joined any riding group, or maybe you have joined in past and now you're not an active member? So do you have any incident that you like to share? But obviously will not name any group, will not name anybody, but if you have any experience, any long ride or short ride or anything about it.
First thing first, what Zoe is talking about, the politics and the corruption, is not related to any political party or anything. It's about the internal politics of community and the riding groups. Let me just clear the air. And second thing is that what he was talking about, groups and all that. See, previously, as he said that there were things at the time of COVID, when COVID hit, there were people when they started forming groups, because there were many people who were sitting at home and working and all that. Very vast topic, so just cutting it short. So many people have created groups and they are not even proper riders or proper, they do not have any idea of leading a group or anything. They have just created a group and they have created a mess inside the group. They are into competition in between the group itself, and they have cut off from the group and they have made another group. So there is this very niche selective people who have come into this conclusion that they have this group and they are riding. There are particular groups who are just there, to add people and to gain more reach. And there are groups who are actually not noticeable, but only seldom and very few selective people know about this, that they can actually go with them and they get to learn certain things.
So they are not posting stuffs every day like other groups. Every next day they are posting this, that. They are mostly into off-roads, trails,
Trails
and like there's a lot of things that they can anybody who likes to join, maybe he can contact him or him also, and this
single person.
exactly.
It's not that I am the admin. It's not that I am the admin. I am the one of the co-founder. It's not like that. We have just created. Actually, it was created for people who are working in IT, people who are IT professionals, or people who are like don't have time. Okay,
weekdays.
in the weekdays.
Correct.
Be it night, be it whatever time. Okay, people will discuss together like, yeah, let's go out today.
Maybe tomorrow we have
Yeah,
off,
tomorrow.
let's go
Let's go.
together.
Okay.
Right.
And also, uh, I want to conclude like what
Yeah,
he
sure,
was
sure.
saying. In Kolkata, the traditional groups, the traditional groups, okay,
Yeah.
they are like Rangoli, Holi,
Yes.
Holi Mahotsav, Rangoli, and all. They are more into it, okay. They are like, they don't have proper gears actually. When they are riding, they don't have proper gears and whatever it is. But when they are into more into, let's get endorsed by Motul, okay. Let's get endorsed by this and that, whatever it is. And they are more into attracting people, okay, rather than what riding group is what about. It is all about like where you are going to, I mean, what's your destination,
How
next
you will
destination.
go, if they
Yeah,
need any guidance.
plan, guidance, I mean proper
Mentally.
route map, yeah, proper route map, itinerary, whatever it is, okay. And prior starting the ride, dedicated captain, okay, lead marshal, whatever it is, okay. And proper like who will be in the middle, proper numbering and whatever it is. It's like that, okay. It's not about chalo bhai holi mahotsav karte hain. Yeah, it's not about that. And people are more into it. Like I have seen in groups, okay,
Exactly.
people have like president, vice president.
Yeah.
I yeah.
So yeah, we are still talking. We have a lot of things to share also, and in the end we will go towards him and we'll ask him like what he's doing to keep his group safe from all these things. And but before that, let me add something. Uh, there are many
Yeah,
WhatsApp
yeah,
groups.
their group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them.
So there are many Facebook and WhatsApp groups. I don't want to name any Facebook groups, but again, the number of members in quantity, it's like immense. Maybe more than the amount of reach we get together. So, anyways, let's get to the point. There are some Facebook groups very large groups, uh, getting a humongous group, and he pretty much he knows which group I'm talking about. Uh, so I'll share a very small story that happened few days back, and I think I have not shared it with anybody here as of now, but I'll share it now. So I went to my friend's clothing store. He has opened a new store near airport side. So he told me that he approached the admin of that group, and he said, Dada, can I get there's an event happening, you guys are happening, and I have been following your group from a very long time. I know I've known you from maybe like 3-4 years, and he just said that can I display my products over there if it's possible, and may I know how much it will be to set up something. And he said that was like 15,000 for the display. And I hope you get what I'm trying to say. The business perspective of these riding groups are coming out, and
Not about riding anymore.
correct.
It's not about riding anymore.
Right,
yeah.
right. So it's not that okay. What they're doing is a bad thing. They can do whatever they want. It's their group. They can promote. Maybe tomorrow they will promote betting apps also if they get the amount of money.
They are doing.
We are nobody to say anything. But again, this has nothing to do with riding or motorcycling. So yeah, maybe the business mind comes in, and it will ruin the groups. I'm pretty sure about that.
What Zoe is trying to say is we are not opposing the person who created the group or the community who is there and the people who are there. It's about the mentality and the perspective, the main motive. They have forgotten the main motive of what is there. They have created this group, but they have never properly maintained it as per the norms. Actually, what proper riders do, but what they are doing is promoting other groups. It's okay, fine. We have no issues that they are doing this. If it was supposed to be a business, you should have created the group and properly named it accordingly, right? And not as a riding group or riding community. That is what I think is not the mentality, correct mentality, and that's what they're attracting because of the huge reach. I don't have any issue with the owners or what they're doing, but there are issues with people like us who tend to get over there and see different things. People are changing. That's it. Yeah, over to him.
Yeah, I guess if you are maintaining a fine line between business perspective and a group perspective, like there is nothing wrong. Okay, but people are what they are doing. Let's make a group. Let's engage people, and let them know like we are opening this business, and now this group is a part of that business. So that's wrong.
So I'll give you an example. Suppose I create a group tomorrow, Riders Community of India, and then what I'll do, maybe if I get 1 million members, and then tomorrow I start promoting Rhinox only. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but again, I should not have named it Riders Community of India or whatever. Maybe I should have kept it as maybe Riders something.
Riders family,
Maybe I should have named it something like maybe Knox Community, this, that, whatever. But
some forum.
again, we are using the official name of the state or the city. Maybe like Riders Community of Kolkata, and then next day you see some stuffs, maybe betting apps also some days later. You never know. Maybe in a rider meetup you go and you see bet32.com or whatever, and then they are promoting, asking the members to join it. It has changed their life. So maybe that time is near. And again, the main purpose of the community was to also promote, I think, content creators who don't have that much of support, but we have joined the group so that we can share our rides, our posts, and a lot of tips and tricks and all those things. But now what is happening, I think personally with him also, and with me, I have faced it that now as the admins and the moderators, they have access to control everything that the group initially, let me tell you, before maybe when the groups were very small, this was not a problem at all. I'm pretty sure Sarup Bhai is aware of it. Maybe in 10-20,000 members, we never had an issue with that. But now that this has gained mainstream, and every next guy has a sticker on their motorcycle with that riding group, that has nothing to do about safety. They don't know how trail braking is, how to use brakes. Maybe even the admins are using LED flashers and calling themselves riders. So I think there are a lot of things that needs to change. But again, if you are having that much of audience, it's your responsibility to take it in a good way. So maybe Swaroop bhai will add something to it.
So as Zoe was saying, I also want to add this up that with great power comes great responsibility. So if you are doing whatever you are creating, any group or whatever you are doing, that's up to you. We don't have any issue with the stickers and people reaching out to you or anything. But you should standardize basic things of a community. You are actually representing a state or anywhere.
Using Bengal as a name.
Yeah.
How it should represent.
Yeah, and I don't think we from here, we as a part of the member, we don't know whether whatever is happening, it's because of the whose responsibility is that.
Correct.
Practically thinking and normally thinking, it should be the owner's responsibility. So suppose this is my bike. If I give it to my friend who's rash driving, so whose responsibility is this? That is mine, because police will catch my bike and give case to my name, right? So accordingly, if a group has been created, it's the owner's responsibility or the moderator who's actually running the show, right? There are many instances which has happened. It's not because of the grudges which I have faced and I have it's not because of certain things which I have faced and I have certain kind of grudges against that particular group. No, I don't have any issue with the group. There has to be, what I'm trying to say is that there has to be some, thin line, yeah, in between certain things. I cannot express it right way.
Standard rules for all.
Yeah. They should maintain certain things. There are many groups. They should at least try to, get some, knowledge from other people who are. They should act. I'm ये कर रहा हूँ. If they are very big enough, if they think that they are very big enough, they should try to pull who are just growing and not try to promote who are already grown, right? So that is one thing which I think should be taken care of.
Instances that has happened from riding groups in Kolkata, and now we have Somia ji joining us, who will share his part of the story.
So thank you, Zoe, for giving this opportunity to tell everyone that what is the reality of the so-called biking groups of our Kolkata. So I have been joined with a riding group since last 2 years when I have started riding for long journeys. One of my favorite moment was our Sikkim ride. But while returning from the Gangtok, I had got bad experience. Like, I want to ask everyone present here that what should be the ideal average speed while we ride on a mountain?
So I think when you're touring on a mountain or maybe the hills, I think 60s, 70s. Obviously, it's not an incline. I'm just talking about normal. Maybe even 40, 50 will be too much. You never know, like if it's a hairpin or.
Yeah, so if it's a hairpin, of course, depends on a lot of factors. If you're riding in a group, the distance matters between each of the vehicles, and also might be it's 30 kmph or 40 or 50, depending on how intrusive the group members are, and with the distance keeping distance between each of the vehicles. So basically, it's something like which comes with experience with all riders. And so continuing, yeah. Sorry, you were saying something about your ride, please.
So while we were riding from Gangtok and coming towards our home, the person who was leading our group was our group's leader. The group which I belong, he is our leader, and he is an experienced rider as well.
Very experienced?
Very experienced, according to him, not according to us.
Yes. That's a very big statement.
So no, after this experience, I understood that only he tells that he is experienced, but I don't think so, because he was leading our group and he was riding his bike. He was riding a Duke 390, and he was riding his bike at a speed of 100 to 120. And two of us at that time were not so much experienced. And while he was taking the corners, his speed was almost about 60 to 70. So there was another one person who was just behind him at the second position. He was also experienced. Even he was telling that he could not cope up with him. And he just stopped while we reached to him. and we asked that where is he. We didn't got any traces of him for nearly about 10 kilometers. And when we told him that please give a halt and let us just come together and then start the ride, we went there and asked him that can you ride at the average speed? Or if you cannot ride like that, please give him the lead position, as he is also experienced and he can lead us very good. The reply which I got from him at that time is that he told us when he is on a ride, without being in a lead position, he cannot ride a long journey.
He should ride solo then.
So I want to ask that is this answer suitable for any experienced rider?
He is selfish. What do you say about it?
He should probably ride solo if that's the thing, because every now and then, even I would say, considering that for a fact that even I get selfish when I get straight roads or when I'm in corners. I like to lean. That's quite evidently possible with every one of us right now, whoever is in the panel. But still, if this is the factor that you are containing 10 people behind you, you shouldn't do this. So you should.
You should be responsible
Yes,
enough, right?
should think
You are
about
leading
others
a
also.
you are leading a pack. You should be responsible enough. Like 10 more people who are not experienced as you. Okay, they are going with you. So you have to lead accordingly. It's not like what he said. Like I want to be in lead. I will be riding at 100, 120. It's not like that. Other won't be doing that.
Correct. So to add to that, I think I was going to pass it on to Swarupda, because I think he rides with two to three people max, and they are very well synchronized. Like sometimes it's good if you don't want to get into that like big riding groups, you can ride with 2 to 3 close friends who like maybe synchronize very well, both with speed and maybe rest times and all. So Swarup bhai will surely add something to this.
First thing first, just a light moment to share that he was saying that the person was in a very much hurry and he was riding at 100, 120. Light moment, don't take it seriously, usko bathroom jana tha for sure. Other than that, I do not, as I said earlier, I do not belong to any group proper. I just like to ride with few of my friends who are my school friends or my colleagues who are very well
With whom
we are
the vibe, the match vibe.
exactly, we are very well versed with our riding sense and all that. Exactly. So sometimes they lead, sometimes I lead. It depends on who's getting exhausted by leading and all that. It all depends on the vibe and the matching power and all that thing. Coordination, yeah, exactly, coordination. That's all about it. And you should. Yeah, it's not always about the bike. It's always about the people you ride with. Even I have best friends in school where we do not match the mentality of riding with each other. But there are friends in school who have this mentality of riding with each other who are not best friends of mine. These things happen. People who can relate, please give a thumbs up to Zoe.
And
Yeah.
I am asking everyone, okay? Do you agree, like from day one itself, if you that vibe matches from day one itself?
It's a connection.
It's a connection.
I would like to add to this. Maybe there are many people I have not maybe ridden very long rides, but when I'm riding, I'll make sure that they are synchronized. Maybe even if I have a 1000cc, I'll make sure that the smallest bike will be coping up with me. Not like I have a 1000cc and I'm just maybe riding at 130, 150 and I don't care whoever is behind me. So it's your responsibility if you're leading the group, and also if you're on the tail. So you should be responsible for keeping the group together and making everyone coordinated. So I'll share another incident of him. Let's see what he has now.
So before telling, coming on to the next incident, I want to just add one thing, that when we went on the first ride, that was a weekend ride. So when we went on to the first ride with Zoe, that was our first ride. Even in the group there was Duke 390, GT 650 and even FZS. But still we were all synchronized and reached the destination all together. So that's I prefer more than getting a high CC bike and just riding solo and going 10 to 15 kilometers away from the group.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean we all sometimes feel like pushing sometimes. Maybe like he said, when a corner approaches, I also do that. I approach the corner first But then again,
You can do
there's
that,
nothing
but you
wrong
need
with
to
that.
drop down.
Correct.
I am saying you can do that.
Right.
You can do that in a group if you are doing. Okay, if you are going in a group, you can throttle up and go away. But you should also keep that in mind that you have to drop down again.
Correct.
Everyone is secure.
Yeah.
So if you are leading in a group, as he said, we were talking about the person who was leading a group. So leading a group basically comes with a lot of responsibility, of course. Keeping your wolf pack together. So having corners also and keeping up with the pace, both are like sikke ke do pehlu, you can say. Two parts of the coin. So if you push harder, then have the ability to stop and pull behind. Let the other people go, and there will always be someone other than apart from you who will be leading the group. If not today, then tomorrow.
Correct.
So most basic important thing that comes in a group is that respect. A mutual respect should be there for everyone, whether it's a 100cc bike or a 1000cc bike. It doesn't depend on that.
So coming to the next Kand, I will tell this in very short and brief that the same ride it was when we just approached nearly to Malda, then two of us were completely exhausted and it was a night time. So we just asked everyone that can we give a halt in some hotel nearby in the on the highways. So the same person, it was nearly about 10:30 at night. The same person for whom I just told the incident about, he told that, so why to go and stay in a hotel? Let's just take rest in some dhabas, and when there will be sunlight, we will start the ride again. So my point is that okay, we can stay in dhabas, but if every one of us fall asleep, then where the security of our things, the expensive things, will go.
So that's when even managing the finances is important, I think, in riding groups. So maybe we should brief whoever is going on a ride to keep something extra. And again, like you said, you got tired near Malda. You guys, and I have a very similar incident, but unfortunately, I had to delete that post after a few months. I'll say it very shortly. So a mutual friend of mine went with his girlfriend in a very big riding group. It is a very good, like, big riding group in Kolkata. It's very famous. I think you all are aware of it. So what happened is that couple was not able to cope up, and they said that we need to take a rest. Maybe can we please stop, please? He said like that. But unfortunately, the group lead was like, I don't have enough leaves. I have to get back to Kolkata anyhow. I'm really sorry. Like, this and that happened, and they all left them over there. They asked them to search for a hotel. But as they were not married, so they were unable to find any hotels over there. So after searching for 3 hours, they decided, okay, I think we should continue. But there was already a 3-hour gap between the group. The group said, you can do whatever you want, we are just going ahead. But they met with an accident, and when the girl called the group lead, he said, we are too tired, I don't think we can come back, this and that. We will arrange something. Yeah, that incident. So all these things happen, and even when I posted about it, I got a lot of backlash and reports from the group that this post is misleading or this and that. But so my friend had to drive back from Kolkata and rescue them, because they did not get any help over there. So whenever you're riding in a group, make sure that you're coordinated with the group lead. You know actually the group lead. Maybe you have ridden a few breakfast rides with him or her, and make sure they will be behind you, like supporting you if something goes wrong. Because just having an experience of lot number of rides will not make you a better rider. So you have to be a very disciplined. You have to think about the others also, and yes, always check your members if they are 100% fit or not. Because maybe I can continue the ride, or maybe some other rider will not be able to continue.
So concluding this, I would say if you are in a ride, if you are in a group ride, so check for people. If you match the vibe, go for short rides with them, and if you feel comfortable enough, carry on for a longer duration. Or as this guy who rides solo, even I ride solo most of the times, going for 1,000+ kilometers, because there aren't a lot of people who can cope up with you. So be responsible, be a vigilant rider, be a good guy. If you're a leader of any group, try to keep everyone in the pack. And that's it from my end.
I just want to conclude one thing, like how a basic group works. Just I am concluding that. Suppose it's my group, okay, BVG Motorrad. So what we do, suppose we are organizing one trail ride. What we do, we poll 3 to 4 places, 3 to 4 trails, okay. Each and everyone submit their poll, okay. After that, we also poll the dates as per their convenience. It's not like as per our convenience, as per their convenience, I mean the members convenience, we poll the dates, okay. And then and there we also carry medicines, basic toolkits, yeah, puncture repair kit, everything.
That's how it should work.
Yeah, and being the co-founder of that group, actually I'm not, I never lead, okay. I'm always in the tail, because many people are there who are going for the first time,
Correct.
okay, and they are not used to like to cope up with everyone. So someone needs to be at back.
Yep.
Some leader needs to be at back who can take them, yeah, to give them a push, or look into like what's happening there.
At least lead them to the main
Yeah.
group.
Anything to add on?
No, nothing from my end.
Keep politics. Maybe
Okay.
a brief.
So politics is something that you can't ignore in any place, whether it's a basic office thing, it's a corporate, it's a small group of 30 people. So there are always politics behind everything. So we try to keep it in a short way, like whoever is interested in for that particular trail or for that particular run. We also go for highway runs as well. Probably might be 50, 100 kilometers. For that, as he was saying, if everyone is comfortable for that given time, given duration, then only we add it.
Like we like involve each and everyone.
Yes.
We try to involve each and everyone. Suppose I said him, bro, let's make a post, okay, in the Instagram, okay. Or suppose I told others, like if you are coming from north, bring those people together,
Correct.
okay, and meet to the destination.
So
Okay.
everyone should have equal.
Everyone, yeah. So what happen is, if everyone is involved in that particular ride, right, so they feel like they are involved, okay.
And they feel very responsible.
Responsible.
Let's
Yeah, I am
support
responsible
each
for
other.
this activity, so I have to be very yeah.
Correct.
So, yes, so there are a few basic things that each and every individual rider should connect to. Right now, I'm wearing a Crocs. That doesn't mean that I don't ride in boots. Don't comment that, because this place where we are shooting just 500 meters, 1 kilometer away from the place, and it's not a main road. So that's why I'm in my trousers and Crocs today. So yeah, and rest.
So just to conclude that, okay, whenever you're joining a riding group, especially in Kolkata, make sure your vibe is matching. Make sure that group doesn't have too much of involvement of politics. And yes, just be careful of financial aspects also. There will be many groups who are very well known for, taking money and collecting funds for some riders who cannot afford to go for long rides. These things are happening in Kolkata. I don't want to name anyone, but this is happening. So always be responsible and take care of your fellow riders. And yes, if you have a quality group, like we have two today, so always, you can recommend groups. So there's nothing wrong in recommending a good group. But again, if you're promoting a group that has a lot of malpractices, then trust me, you're also wrong. There's in some way or the other. So that's all for today, and maybe in next episode we will get into other incidents also from many riders, and maybe we can just end this podcast for now. So if you have any questions, you can comment down, and yes, we will be sharing the reels of this podcast as well. So you'll see this in the short format also, and we'll see you again in the next podcast.